In the gilded courts of 18th-century Europe, there walked a man who seemed to defy the laws of nature itself, the Count of Saint Germain, a figure of extraordinary knowledge, inexplicable wealth, and impossible claims. He spoke dozens of languages fluently. He demonstrated alchemical transformations. He possessed scientific knowledge centuries ahead of his time. And according to hundreds of eyewitness accounts spanning decades, he never seemed to age. When he supposedly died in 1784, sightings continued. For centuries after his death, people reported encountering him unchanged, unaged, impossible. This is the legend of the Count of Saint Germain, a man whose immortality has become the stuff of legend, intrigue, and historical mystery. In the 1740s, a mysterious figure appeared in the courts of Europe. No one knew where he came from. No one knew his true name. He introduced himself as the Count of Saint Germain, a title suggesting French nobility, though his origins remained obscure. What was immediately apparent was his extraordinary knowledge. He spoke French, English, Italian, Spanish, German, Portuguese, Arabic, and Chinese fluently and without accent. He discussed history as if he had lived through it. He made references to events centuries past with intimate detail. Courtiers were mesmerized. Here was a man of obvious refinement, education, and aristocratic bearing. Yet his background was completely unknown. When asked about his origins, he gave vague, contradictory answers. He claimed to be from various places at various times. He suggested he was far older than he appeared. Most remarkably, he never seemed to age throughout his decades of public appearances. The Count claimed to possess the secrets of alchemy, the ability to transmute base metals into gold, to create diamonds, to produce elixirs of immortality. He demonstrated these abilities in front of witnesses. According to accounts, he would take a diamond and pass it through a flame, apparently unburned. He would produce pearls and gems seemingly from nothing. He claimed to have created the largest diamond in Europe, a stone of such perfection that no jeweler could replicate it. While skeptics dismissed these demonstrations as clever tricks and sleight of hand, believers were convinced they had witnessed genuine alchemical transformation. Whether these demonstrations were genuine transmutation, sophisticated illusion, or something in between remains debated by historians and occult scholars to this day. Beyond alchemy, the Count displayed scientific knowledge that seemed anachronistic for his era. He discussed principles of chemistry and physics with a precision that impressed contemporary scientists. He proposed theories about the nature of matter and energy that wouldn't be formalized for another century. He discussed medical treatments and anatomical knowledge ahead of the medical understanding of his time. Some historians suggest the Count may have been a genuine scientific genius, a man so far ahead of his time that his knowledge seemed impossibly advanced. Others propose he possessed ancient texts or secret knowledge passed down through hidden societies. Still others suggest he was genuinely from the future, a time traveler who inadvertently revealed knowledge from his own era. The Count made extraordinary claims about his own age and nature. According to various accounts, he claimed to be hundreds of years old. He stated he had witnessed historical events centuries in the past and spoke about them with such intimate detail that it seemed impossible he was fabricating. He claimed to possess an elixir of immortality that he had perfected. He suggested he had been alive during the time of Christ. He made references to events in ancient Rome, the Byzantine Empire, medieval kingdoms, all with the casualness of someone who had personally experienced them. How could an ordinary man know so much? How could someone appear unchanged over decades? The only explanation seemed to be that he truly was ancient, perhaps immortal. The Count became a figure of immense influence in European courts. King Louis XV of France was fascinated by him. Frederick the Great of Prussia invited him to his court. The Empress Elizabeth of Russia received him. The Count moved through the highest circles of European nobility, seemingly at ease with kings and emperors. He was consulted on matters of diplomacy, science, and occult philosophy. He was trusted with state secrets. Some historians suggest the Count was a spy operating across European courts, gathering intelligence for unknown masters. Others propose he was a genuine mystic, attempting to elevate human consciousness. The Count's influence was real and documented. Was he a benefactor? A manipulator? An immortal observer of human civilization? In 1784, reports emerged that the Count of Saint Germain had died. According to official records, he passed away in Schleswig-Holstein, Germany. The news was published. His death was recorded. But here's where the legend takes an impossible turn. After his supposed death in 1784, sightings of the Count continued. In 1785, just 1 year after his death, he was allegedly sighted in Paris. In the 1790s, he appeared in revolutionary Paris. In the 1820s, he was reported in Vienna. In the 1850s, in London. In every report, he appeared unchanged, the same age, the same appearance, the same mysterious presence. Believers in his immortality claimed that his death in 1784 was either fabricated to allow him to disappear from public view, or that he had genuinely died and then somehow resurrected himself. The sightings of the Count after 1784 follow a consistent pattern. Credible witnesses, sometimes aristocrats, sometimes artists, report encountering a man who matches the Count's exact description. He appears unchanged by the passage of decades. He speaks with the same knowledge and authority. When pressed about his death, he offers vague explanations, suggesting he faked his demise, or that multiple people have claimed the name. In 1896, the Theosophical Society reported that the Count had appeared to them, claiming to be working toward the spiritual evolution of humanity. By the 20th century, sightings became less frequent, but they never entirely ceased. The accumulated weight of these post-1784 reports creates a compelling narrative. Either the Count did not actually die in 1784, or his death was not permanent. Skeptical historians offer prosaic explanations. The Count of Saint Germain was likely an elaborate hoaxer and charlatan, man of genuine education and charm, who fabricated his background and made outlandish claims to impress nobility. His alchemical demonstrations were sophisticated sleight of hand. His claims of immortality were theatrical performance. The sightings after his death were either cases of mistaken identity, or they involved impostors claiming his name to capitalize on his legendary status. As for appearing unchanged over decades, the Count likely dyed his hair and used cosmetics to maintain his youthful appearance. The scientific explanation transforms the Count from an immortal sage into a clever con artist. Occult researchers and esotericists offer a different interpretation. They propose that the Count of Saint Germain was a genuine master of occult knowledge, a member of secret societies possessing ancient wisdom. He possessed the secret of the Philosopher's Stone, not as a literal transmutation of metals, but as a spiritual transformation that granted physical immortality or extended lifespan. The sightings after his death represent his continued work in the world, moving through history unseen, guiding human evolution toward higher consciousness.